Hello everyone, this is Master Mechanic. Today, we're going to watch Russian truck mechanics correct a deformed truck frame. But first, let's take a look at a Pakistani mechanic correcting a truck frame. This shows two different countries with different approaches to truck repair. Pakistanis are very rough when it comes to deformed truck frames. They completely disassemble the truck frame and turn it into a single beam. Then, using hydraulic presses and some matching iron block molds, they directly press these deformed beams back. But for their counterparts, Russian mechanics have a somewhat similar approach, but also take a different path, because they won't simply and roughly use a hydraulic press to completely correct the entire beam in one go. Now, let's go back to the perspective of the Russian mechanics. They're preparing to correct the truck frame here. The first step in correction is to secure the beam. They won't disassemble the entire truck frame system. He wants to ensure that the measuring system of the frame is not disassembled. To correct the frame, what's used here is a hydraulic clamp. For the deformed areas, it pads a super thick steel plate on one end, then pushes the other end inward with a hydraulic clamp. He uses a steel ruler here to compare, mainly to see if the whole surface has become flat. He installs the hooks here, then uses a tensioner to fix it. After hooking the frame, uses a hydraulic jack to push back in this direction. When he's correcting the frame, he mainly uses the rails on the ground. These rails are called the DI Bagua system. Many repair shops in our country, whether they are large or small vehicle repair shops, also have similar DI Bagua systems. And many repairmen say that the DI Bagua system is actually better than a frame straightening machine, and it takes up less space. The versatility of the space is stronger. The thing welded to the side is channel steel. Two channel steels are stacked together to become an I-beam. Then use the I-beam to fix the hooks. Use various hydraulic equipment to push and pull the frame. The position of the head is still not smooth. Use a C-clamp to fix a piece of iron, and then push with hydraulic pliers. The thing he is holding, which looks like a steel ruler, shouldn't be a steel ruler. It's just a straight piece of iron. Actually, for truck frame correction, this kind of deformation is relatively severe. Many friends will have a concern. That is, after this type of frame undergoes frame correction, will its strength be guaranteed? In fact, the yield strength of truck frames is about 500 MPa to 700 MPa. If there are no particularly severe bends, and the frame cracks after correction and needs to be welded, its strength will not change much. But it's not excluded that some frames, after repair, the overall metal internal molecules will undergo some changes in arrangement. These repaired vehicles, when hauling cargo, may tend to lean to one side. Here, we need to deal with the left side of the frame. This side is bent the most severely. For the middle section, the hydraulic pliers are still very good at pushing it back. The most difficult part is actually the folds at the top and bottom, because after this kind of folds occur, it will stretch the surrounding metal, which is equivalent to it becoming longer. When you press it back, these positions are prone to cracking. Here, a cut was made, because after the deformation occurred in this location, as I mentioned earlier, the metal surface has been stretched and lengthened. After he cuts it, he then folds it back together. This way, a joint can be formed. This principle is the same as with many aluminum car bodies. The reason why some aluminum body panels are difficult to repair after it's been hit, it's not simply just a few dents. Its metal surface is also stretched. After you repair it, it will still spring back. The reason why a truck frame like this is considered for repair is usually because there are no spare parts. Your car was in an accident and is damaged. Perhaps there is some damage to the front beam. After repair, the vehicle can still be used. Then repair it and continue to use it. Some seriously say, I have to replace this thing. but you don't have spare parts. Are you considering scrapping the whole vehicle? Or repair it and continue to use it? That's the logic. In our country, after many cars are involved in accidents, generally, insurance companies reimburse. Here, the front crossbeam has been installed. Then I used a level to measure it, to see the degree of twisting of the frame, because now the beams on the left and right sides are roughly straight. But now the frame is in a twisted state. It's not a flat surface. So at this time, you see it's fixed at the head and the tail, in the middle position. Then push it up hard. Here, let's measure the height again. After each jacking, the frame will have some rebound. This is a process of constantly finding a balance. This process of leveling, if it's more straightforward, you can place a spirit level on top. This way, you can see changes on the level, to know the degree of frame correction. At the beginning of the video, I shared with everyone how Pakistani repairmen correct the truck frame. They are reassembling. They'll place a spirit level at the head and tail of the frame, to see if the frame is completely straightened. Their kind of work involves a significant amount of disassembly. You can see, after being hit, the entire frame is actually affected from beginning to end. The rear of the vehicle was also pushed to the left. Now, the entire frame is completely flat. We still need to fine-tune the deformed areas at the head. Here we mainly deal with the previously bent position. This kind of thing can't be done perfectly in one go. Unless, like the Pakistanis, you directly use a large hydraulic press. I just give it a hard push down. I don't even consider the problem of metal deformation. Here, welding is about to be done. The degree of bending of this beam isn't the most severe. I remember this repairman. He previously repaired a severely deformed beam. In that case, resistance heating was also used. That is, after completely heating the deformed area red hot, then repairing it. Anyway, as for these repaired beams, we can't say the effect is not good after repair. It's just that some repaired beams can really bring some hidden dangers to the vehicle. This is after installing the brackets on both sides. He still has another step to do. That is, to measure the length of the diagonals. See the degree of twisting of the entire beam, whether it has been best repaired. His positioning here. This is for measuring the center of the axles. The center of the axle. See if it aligns with the front. Are the distances on both sides the same? If you don't have this measuring equipment, then use a very simple thing. A plumb line. For a deformed truck frame like this, my suggestion is that, if your vehicle has full insurance, then if this can be written off, try to scrap it. Then have the insurance company pay for 2 new ones for you. Because the repaired frame doesn't mean it can't be used. It will have some hidden dangers. This is a probability issue. Maybe you're lucky, and there will be no problems after the repair. Use it the same as new. When you are unlucky, many of the car's systems may be affected, and you won't be able to find those hidden dangers at that time. That's about it for this episode. Friends who like the video, please like and comment. Friends who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. The truck's frame has already been repaired. At the end of the video, let's also take a look at a comparison between before and after the repair. I won't chat with you all much more. Just watch the next episode quietly. Goodbye, Xiaolu. Not that they won't be baptized. I don't know what they've been through. Old Bart. Don't just be jealous of others.